Hey everyone, and welcome. I don't exactly know what my stream looks like right now, but I hope it looks all right. Hey, there we go. All right, so this is new. I'm not sure exactly how this works or whatever, but I'm doing a whole new thing. I'm doing YouTube and Facebook and Twitch right now. So welcome to the new Cherokee Turner live stream. So if you're new to my channel, basically what I do is I create stuff. I show people how I create graphics, After Effects, Cinema 4D stuff. I do it professionally. And on this live stream, what we're going to be doing is I'm working with some old friends on this show called Mike and Gary, our YouTube channel, Mike and Gary. You've probably seen it more than likely if you've ever seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, How to Be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's got over 30 million views on YouTube. I was a big part of that. I was acting and I did all the filming for it, and we made this really fun, sweeted kind of thing. And if you're watching this later, you can find that YouTube link in the description below. But so what we're going to do today is we're going to be taking this graphic and we're going to be making some 3D stuff. And if I get to it, I'm going to try to stream for about an hour. But I'm going to be creating this graphic into something more 3D. And I'm going to be creating some lower thirds. Hey, thanks Daniel for subscribing to my Twitch. Yay, it's working. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing, and hopefully you'll join me along for this crazy circus ride. Hopefully, so I'm doing this whole streaming thing. I literally paid for a service, so I hope you enjoy this whole restream thing. It's like, if I'm going to be doing one stream, I'm going to do all the streams. That way I just take care of all of them all at once. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump into this. I'm going to go ahead and jump back into my scene here. That's not it. There it is. All right. So we're in Illustrator. So this is basically been sent to me in paths. Well, this was created with paths, so everything's been knocked down from characters and fonts to a path. So what we're going to do with this is I'm going to send this to Cinema 4D and I'm going to extrude everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go save as. I'm going to create the AI file again, except in still version. I'm going to go all the way down here to Illustrator 8. It's going to prompt me that, oh, this might not work. And I'm like, yeah, I think it probably will. Saving the document in old format may convert all type to print. That's fine. All right. Let's get out of that. Go into Cinema. Oh, wow. I have other node editors open. All right. Don't need any of that. Okay. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge my scene here. I've been working on some balloon things, so I'm going to take that out. Let's go to right here, logo, scale 1, hit OK, and hopefully, yep, there it is. Center that up a bit. All right, and there's our logo. Right there, way down there for some odd reason, but it works. All right, so let's go ahead and center this up. One. Quasar, you are not live on Twitch right now. Oh, fantastic. I'm not live on Twitch. Yay. All right, so Twitch isn't working, so I'll have to figure that out. Thank you, Daniel. All right, so there is that. All right, so let's go ahead and check out what these paths are, and we're just going to start renaming stuff. G A R Y N M dot, just put period, I K E, and then, oh no, that brought it over that way. All right, so that's gonna be a whole other thing. All right, so I'm gonna pull this down, That is the name. So I'll take this and I'm going to duplicate it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have to select all these in paths. All right. So we'll go ahead and select this dude. We're going to create our star. Come on. All right. All right. So we're going to copy that, paste that there. So if I do this and I do this, then I just have star? Yes, no, maybe so. All right, so I can't do that way. So what I'm going to do is we'll do star. Just going to delete all the paths then. Oh, come on. Be nice. Be nice to me. Please be nice to me. Be nice. Be nice. There you are. This is going to take forever. How about we do... Yeah? I gotta do it the old-fashioned way. It's gonna be a video called Guy Deletes Paths for 2 hours. How's everybody else doing out there in the streamland? I don't have anybody talking to me in the chat, but I do have somebody watching me in YouTube, which is probably Daniel. All right. Got a star. All right, so we're going to go ahead and turn that off. Turn this dude on, and we're going to delete the star. My vacuum just turned on. It has been working for several days, and now it decides it wants to turn on at this exact moment. That's how it works. Come on. There we go. And you'll get to hear my beautiful vacuum. All right. So one thing I'm noticing that I'm going to have to do is there are these circles here in which this dude intertwines with this guy. And I'm pretty sure that's not how it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's not. It's one on top of the other. So more than likely what I'm going to have to do is either have this more of like an overlap and do it the easy way out, so there's like definition, or create one spline, which I think I'm probably going to take the easy way out on this one and just pull this one forward just a little bit and make them look like little coins. So make it look like one's on top of the other. So there's that. So I'm going to call this circles. Actually, circles R. So if that's going to be circles R, I'm going to go ahead and delete the... Actually, I'm going to go ahead, copy and paste this one. Put that one down here. Make sure that's turned off. Sweet. So there's R, and then here is L. Take this, and I can just delete this one. All right, so then if I turn this dude back on and off, I should have, yep, I do, perfect, sweet. All right, so there's those, star, turn that back on, so now I've got that and the star. There's that, I don't know what this path is. That is the whole thing, all right. So now that I've got the circles and the stars, I'm going to look at these individually. So what I'm going to think is this is going to be left face, left eyes, just left face. So I'm pretty much going to delete virtually everything off of here. Just focus on the face. Really hope I wasn't deleting all this junk. Now that I think about it. There's that. Don't need these guys. That is left face. We'll go ahead and turn that off. And then we're going to go copy paste, right, face. Oh, no more viewers. That's fine. Hope someone's viewing and I can like talk to people. Would love a chat. Anyway. Right face, put that on, left face. Oh no. I can't do that, can I? Literally intersecting. There we go. Okay, got that. Sweet. Alright, so we turn these back on. Got a whole lot of stuff. Alright, so there's that. All right, so we've got this face, circle, and then all of these guys. Okay, I think we're good. All right, so let's focus on the star. Here we go. So let's make some paths and let's extrude some stuff. Fit. All right, I don't want it jagged like that. That. Do not want N-gons. Want a bit of a, don't like harsh edges on this one, and then I'm also going to fillet and cap the back end also with 10. That way we have a nice rounded edge for lighting to kind of kick off of. There's that. All right, so we'll call this spark or star, I guess. All right, let's turn that guy off. All right, right face. All right, we're not going to focus on that. What we are going to focus on are these circles, because this circle is, I believe, going to be a little bit of trouble. But we'll see. Who knows? Circle R. Yep, it is going to be trouble. Oh, nope, we're good. Cool. All right, so let's see that with the star. If we push the star, I want that to be a bit bigger. So we'll go... steps 58, non-n-gons, quadrangles, regular grid. I forgot to do that. I need to do regular grid too on this one. All right. Extrude, fillet cap. This one does not. I'll think about that. Now we'll do the same. Okay. Push this guy into negative space. So we're going to do that. So we're going to go 45. And here comes my vacuum cleaner. Hi, Mr. Vacuum Cleaner. All right. 45, and I want to pull it back. More than likely, no one will ever see the back end of this, but this is for me. All right, so there's one. So I'm going to take this, and instead of having the circle, oops, circle there, we'll take our circle here and extrude that one the exact same way. Hit that down like that, and that is going to make a complete mistake. What is happening here? What is is going on with you, dude? Alright, hold up. Something's happening. I don't like it. Alright, so... it's probably... What if I did this? What if I cheated? Can I cheat? Since this one is technically perfect and like totally right on the money, I could probably do one of these. And nobody would ever know. Except me. And people watching my live stream. I want this up a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and delete you. Alright, so there's that. And then let's put star on. So far, we've got that. Alright. Pull this off just a little bit. That kind of gives me an idea. And have these both. Because I want this to be easy, and I want it to be aesthetically pleasing, obviously. But I think I could actually possibly get away with doing something more around the lines of this. Pushing that down. And having the star kind of coming out from the middle, kind of like it's a bang, or I could have it more along the lines of this, towards more sitting outward. I was thinking maybe I should have a back, but maybe I should do it like this, just so I can, if I ever rotate it, there's the blue. So I mean, these are all things you got to think about. How do you want this thing to look, and X, Y, Z, and I kind of like it like this, just because if it does ever rotate, you'll see a flat background rather than something that is completely flat with all the different shapes. So I think I'm actually going to keep it like that. I like that. Okay. Next up, we have this guy. Okay. Turning this off. Alright, that is not what I want. I want right face. Yes. And I'm probably the same thing. Extrude. Right face. Just like that. And that one's going to be easy, because I can literally pull it up like this. But now what I'm thinking, so what I'm noticing is like, okay, I've got this, but I've also have to figure out the fact that these are technically hollow. So I might actually do this a different way. So since I've got these and I have them for basically how they look and what the size is going to be, I'm just going to create a tube real quick. I'm going to move it to where it's basically right in the same location here. Outer radius goes up like this. Inner radius goes up like this. There's a lot of different ways to do this, and I think this is probably just going to be the easiest way to get around this. So there's that. So let's get rid of circle R. No. This guy. So there's that. Then I'm actually going to do circle R. So instead of using this, I'm going to move it to where this is down a lot. I'm going to use this as the cap. So I'm just going to do cap. And instead, I'm just going to use this as the filler. Just because I think it's going to be the easiest way to go about this. Like this. Figure out how far down I want to pull this. How far up does this want to go? That's slightly somewhat right there. Alright, so that looks good to me. So the next thing I'm going to do is basically do the exact same thing over here. Tube. Alright, so there's that. Just the cap. Just the cap. Then I do not need this as tall. Do down, and then pull those back on. And then what I'm going to do with this guy is, since it's up a little taller, I'm going to pull this one up just a smidgen. About like that. Okay. Gonna make this a bit bigger. That's not what I want. About like that. This will also kind of help with just giving it a little bit more definition, because there's going to be a shadow and a reflection right here. So yeah, that's going to look pretty cool. All right, cap segments. I do want to segment this out a bit. Let's not do that. Let's see. Trying to find somewhere happy middle, about right through here, like that. Yay, you can hear my vacuum cleaner be all gross and nasty because it's eating dog food. All right, 3, 5, 118. 5, we'll do 3, 5, 19. So there's that. Hold on one second. Literally, the day I start to live stream, everything not necessarily goes wrong, but it's like my vacuum cleaner just decides it wants to work on Wednesday. It is not scheduled to go on Wednesday. All right. Let's try this again. All right. So what are we doing? Okay. We've got our circles. No, circle R. Let's rename this circle L. And let's push the extrude up just a bit now that we pulled that out. That right there. Cool. All right, so let's see what else do we got here. We need the face. So we've got this face, left face, and we'll pull that here. Delete that. I'm not not sure how I want to. It goes up just slightly. Pull it out just a bit. So it goes out just a little above the eye line of the. See how that goes above right there? Yeah, that's how I'm going to do that. And hopefully that'll give us enough definition to see something in our model. So, all right. I am going to check my fillets because I know I want to fillet. Because what fillets do, or fillet, or however you want to call it, it just gives something for the light to shine off of. Just ever so slightly, just gives that little fun little rim light. I don't need that many steps. That's ridiculous. We'll just go 10 steps like the other one. Fillet cap. 10. 10 and 5. 10 and 5. All right. So that's going to be our basic logo on this guy. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and I just want to color it. I want to color it real quick. So I'm just going to do a real basic texture just to see what we've got going on. All right, we'll do color, reflectance, white, Beckman, nice and rough, not too much spec. It's going to be like white. Reflection. I don't want it, it's not going to be black. I definitely diffuse. There's no bump. I'll call this about right there. So that's going to be white. New PBR. Color. This is going to be black. Not going to be a whole lot of reflectance on this one. And call this, maybe not. Virtually like no reflection. No spec. It's gonna be real plasticky. But honestly, I'm probably not going to do any rendering in Cinema 4D. What I'm going to do is I'm going to export this out as an OBJ. So I'll actually take all of these out and export them and pull them down as an OBJ and then export it out into After Effects. And that's kind of how I'm going to roll that punch here. All right, we've been streaming for 38 minutes. Let's see if I can finish this up and get it in After Effects. PBR texture. Color. Go for that. Blue. So let's go ahead and put a fun little light source in here. Just get an idea of what this looks like. Texture. Luminance. Okay, we're getting close. Cool. So let's do Just see what this will look like. So if I do this, give it a better light source here. It's not looking too bad. Let's see. Let's get rid of the plane. See what happens. Let's do camera. I love messing and coloring in 3D. It's just too much fun. Cameras, use camera, default, export. Oh, that's super cute. Oh, except for those hard shadows. I hate hard shadows. It needs to do more AO. Do more AO. That looks cool though. It makes it like a droopy eye kind of thing. Hold on. Let's do atmosphere, volumetric clouds, sunbeams. Let's do sky. I want overcast. Where's my overcast? Merge sky and sun. No, volumetric clouds. Edge color. Just receive shadows. Contrast. Not that much. Okay, let's try that. Got a little bit of softer shadow. It's lighter, but it's not softer. Yes, stop it. All right. Anyway, doesn't really matter because what I'm mostly looking for is what am I looking for? Is to export this thing. So it literally doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop this guy back out. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. And turn this guy on, and I'm going to keep all this Mike and Gary stuff in this logo. The thing that's probably going to be the most hard about this is going to be these letters. So what I might actually go and do, I think this is Comic Sans. I want to say this is Comic Sans. So I might try, let's do... well, they're already technically paths. Where's my shape generator? This might be easier to do. I'm having the major brain fart. Oh my gosh, where did this thing go? Used to be a text thing right here. All right, I'll just do the old way. All right, so we're going to do the way I know how to do. Export, extrude. Well, let's start with the mic. So let's go down here, pull this out. M. Let's make this M. Cap and fillet. We're going to cap and fillet. Steps. Don't want that. 5. Such a weird. Oh, such a weird font you are. All right, so we'll do that so it's 3 and 3 looks good. All right, so go here, paste, pull it way up there. In. let's see what's going to happen with this G. I have a feeling it's going to use all this for the G, and I'm going to have to figure out how to take... Hey, it worked. Sweet Jesus. Okay. All right, we're rolling. Let's do this. Sometimes, like what happened with the face and the circle, sometimes what it does is it looks at this path and the inner path as one big path, so it doesn't make it hollow, and you'll have to cut it out and then create another path to cut that out to make the fillet work. So I was hoping that didn't happen, and it didn't. So yay us. We are going to be on a roll. So we're going to call that G A R Y R Y. Mike and Gary, the San Francisco treat. Do what? All right. Back up here. .3D takes time. There's a lot of time that goes into making sure this works correct. Okay. What's the I? What's the period? NNY. Okay. So now I can pull all that down and do that. All right. So what we're going to do, I'm going to create this, since this is all black and I want this all to be the same texture as the black face. I don't want it to be different. Hey, there we go. And I want the end to definitely be that blue. So now we are going to go ahead and turn all this back on, and I'm going to pull out like so. And actually, I think I'm going to go camera 3650. Pull this back. Where is this? There is a problem with the circle. I'll pull that up just a smidgen. I think I'm going to pull this up as well. As off as the other one. Kind of like that. Little things to cheat. Just little things to kind of cheat. But it's alright. Let's check this out. I know it's off center. I'm not too worried about it. Let's see where we are on Facebook. I don't have any new followers. That's sad. But that's okay. Checking my phone. How's everybody doing out there? Hope everyone is doing well. It's a pretty easy way to recreate a logo. I mean, it's pretty simple. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to create all the meshes. So right now, what we've done is we've created this thing called an N-gon, which we do not want. We do not want N-gons. We want quadrangles, I believe. quadrangles, quadrilateral. I think that's what works in Element the best, quadrangles. But what we're going to do is we're going to create all of that into quads, and then we're going to import that in After Effects, and then we're going to create just some fun little animation masks or little animations with our logo. That way we have something new, something fresh to add to the YouTube channel. And then probably tomorrow there will be another live stream, and we're going to create just some basic lower thirds, some things like that. Just kind of add some more depth to what we're doing here. It looks like we've got way too much reflectance on our black here. So let's just see what happens here. Reflectance, reflection strength, not a lot. Reflection strength, not a lot. Hopefully that killed it a little bit, because we don't need it to reflect, and it's still reflecting. Did I change something? Hold on. No, I didn't change something. Let's just do that. Just color it black. I don't want it to be like that, but I mean, it really doesn't matter because I'm going to be texturing this in. Oh, it's because of the atmosphere. Duh. That's why. All right. Stop it. Yes. Volumetric clouds, atmosphere, intensity. Bring it down a bit. There it goes. That's a little better. It was making everything blue. We don't need everything to be blue. All right, cool. Anyway, looks good. Stop it. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do in order to make this into so first off, I need to get rid of this, anything that we're not using. I technically don't need a camera, I don't need physical sky, because really all I need is to look at this logo as a whole. Oh, that looks cool. You know, make it all flashy and stuff, glossy. All right. So, tube's fine. Tubes can stay. What we do need to do is create these extrusions, and we need to create editable versions. So what I'm going to do first off is minimize all this stuff, and I'm going to bring it into a null object. I forget where all these nulls are. There you are, null object, and I'm going to pop that into this. So we're going to call this right here. We'll call it full model. Then I'm going to take this way. If there's ever any doubt that I need to go back and edit something, I can, and it's exactly the same way as I left it. And what this is going to be the compacted model. Or, well, I'll just say connected model quad. Okay, so we don't need that. We need this one. So path 14, technically we don't need because that is just a path. But what we do need to do is start extruding all of these things into connectable objects. So we need to make this path and extrusion into an object. So what we're going to do is we're going to do current state to object. Boom, just like that. And then we're going to take this and we're going to go to, make sure this worked. Turn this off. We should have a workable object, which for some reason we do not. Oh, yes, we do, right there. All right. So our path turned on to that. So now we have a perfect editable object that's been capped, it's been rounded, everything. Okay, so, and since this has been like this, we've got this and extrusion and all that, and it should be nice and happy. But what I'm going to do is going to take these, I'm going to connect all of them, and I'm going to connect objects plus delete. And that's going to change everything to, we've got 3 objects. This is just the easiest way if you're doing solid objects and you don't have to connect everything. So technically all these sides, so you've got your side here, your side here, and your side here. And technically those are all connected, but they're not. That's what this little thing is here for. But I'm never going to actually have to do anything specific with them. So it doesn't really matter in my instance. So with that being said, I'm going to keep it this way. So next up is going to be my extrusion face, or my next extruded face. So that is the one that I just used. So I don't need that. So I'll go ahead and delete that. All right. Next up is this dude. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this current state to object, delete that, select everything in my cap, go connect objects plus delete. I'm also going to do, this is left face, right face. Now the reasons why you want to do it this way is because the way After Effects Element 3D looks at editable objects and textures is all these little, every texture is a separated object. So if you want to have like this be a different color, like the star be a different color, it has to be a separate object with a separate mesh attached to it. Since these are all the same meshes, they can be done this way. I think that's probably the easiest way I can what am I talking about? I'm losing my train of thought. The easiest way I can explain that. All right, so next up is the extrusion of our other circles here. So what do we got here? All right, so we got right, it's the left circle. We'll just take this again, current state object, delete this sucker, and connect objects plus delete. So now we've got that, and we've got our tubes. Take this. Oh, current state to object. Okay, plus delete. So now we've got all this. So we've got our faces. Pretty good. All right, next up is our star. Current state to object. Turn it on just in case. Nope. Back, 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 back. Messed up. There we go. Okay. Current state to object. There we go. Delete you. Delete you. Take you. Oh, there's going to be a lot in this one. And connect objects plus delete. All right. Delete. Spline you. Spline you. Okay. We've got our logo. There's that. All right, now we're going to have to do the same thing to the Mike and Gary logo. And I'm going to actually do this one in a little bit more of a destructive way. I don't think I'm ever going to have to fully animate this thing to where Actually, I might do that. All right, so we're going to connect this as Mike in Gary. So we're going to, so the N is all the way down at the bottom. So we've got Gary. Take that, make editable, delete. We'll take all these dudes since they are all the same color. Oh my gosh. I'm probably creating so many sins. Connect objects and delete. And this is going to be Gary. So now, if I wanted to, I can take this and I can move it and do all sorts of fun things with it that way. See? I probably just created like just this massive sin and everybody's gonna be like, why are you doing this? It's nerves. And like, yeah, this is just the way I've learned. Don't hate me. So let's go ahead and do this. Current state object, delete. Let's try and do this and see if this is gonna be a little bit faster. Current objects plus delete. And yes, it was. Okay, sweet Jesus. Didn't want to do that. Got the M in there, didn't I? Sure did. All right, M, E, take this, let's say the object, delete. Oh, now what did I do? Jesus. All right, go back. What have I done? How would I do this? Current state to object, delete. There we go. Connect plus delete. Did I just do that again? Am I like crazy? I did just do it again. That's why. All right. Get out, in. I don't want you. God, go away, in. We don't need you here. Jesus. All right. Fudge. Come on. Alright, create saved object. Delete. Alright, M I dot don't need two dots. Delete that dot. M I don't need two I's. Don't need two K's. There we go. Alright. Connect and delete. Alright, so now we've got an M. Don't need that. So we've got Gary. M1. We'll say Mike. And this is N. So now we have the full model, which is uneditable, and then we have all these other models. Cool. All right. So I'm going to save this file. Save as. All right, so there's that. Now I'm going to delete this sucker. And I am going to export this. Take all these things and unconnect every single one of them from my null object. And hopefully this is going to work correctly. Tube down here, tube down here. And again, this is just one of many, many, many ways to do this. This is how I like to do it. There's probably other better ways to do that. This is how I learned how to do it. I learned from 3ds Max, and that's probably where I get my awful, awful habits from. All right, so let's go File, Export. OBJ, where did you go? We'll call this Mike and Garrett full model. Save as. Scale 1. We'll do meters. Normal vertices, material, export materials. We'll hit OK. That should be fine. And let's open After Effects. Oh, fun! We've been going for about an hour. Thank you for watching my stream, even though I don't really have anybody checking me out. I mean, that I know of. So let's actually look over this. I want to see here. Let's go to Facebook. Do I have anybody on my Facebook? Or is anybody watching on Facebook? I have no idea. Maybe it's working. I think it's working. Looks like it's working. Yay, I can see myself on Facebook. Yay, Dan, you are not live on Twitch. You are live on... Oh, yeah. Haha. Like my stream, Daniel. I'm liking it. Oh, boy. All right. So my After Effects takes forever to load up because I have so many freaking plugins. And there's this one that I would definitely not recommend putting in your After Effects unless you absolutely have it. Well, there's really two. It's WebM plugin. Don't use it unless you absolutely have to. And the InstaPro 360 plugins, because it takes forever to load. Like usually it's supposed to take like 10 seconds to load. And it literally takes me like a minute now. So that sucks. All right. So we've got a new composition. Let's do Mike and Gary logo 1920 by 1080. We'll do 10 seconds. Okay. Cool. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and create some new things. Oh, you might not be able to see my thing now because... Yeah, all right, maybe I should pull that down. All right, I'll call this element. Hold on, I got to pull all this stuff back into my... Pull this back down here. There we go. Oh, fun. There it is. Okay, so we've got element up here. We'll do element, and we'll see if this worked. If it did, I get a high five from somebody. My watch is telling me to breathe. No watch. All right. Let's go back. I wonder if it would let me do that. All right, let's see if this worked. It didn't. No, it didn't. Came in huge. Jeez, why did it come in so big? I hate when it does this. All right, hold on. Let's scale this sucker down. It's ridiculous. Did it come in upside down too? Oh, and it didn't even work right. God. This happens, you know. All right. Okay, so apparently one of the textures that I rendered is not wanting to play nice. So we're going to try something maybe a little different. So everything works good here. That's not good, obviously. The N sucks. The M sucks here. K sucks. And the R sucks. So for whatever reason, those didn't want to work correctly. So let's try something different. So it's able to import Cinema 4D easily. So maybe it'll work with all this crazy junk attached to it. Oh, come on. All right, that does work. Fantastic. You. Allow me to do this. Let me work with you. God, I hate this sometimes. All right. Cool. Well, that kind of worked with exception of the tubes. All right. So what we're going to do is hit X. Are you sure you want to cancel without saving? Yes. All right, so this worked except with the tube. So I'm going to say make editable, save. And I believe I just screwed up completely. I think I just messed up real bad because I literally just saved it into a state to where I'm going to have to do everything else again. Hopefully, I didn't, but I believe I just did. So, dang it. Oh well. If I have to redo it, I have to redo it. Import. Ayo, it worked. Sweet Jesus, it worked. All right, cool. All right, so now we've got our fun logo here. Isn't that fun? All right, so the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to change up our textures a little bit. Oh, that is not what I wanted. Why? Why would you do that? Why? All I wanted to do was mess around with the shaders. Okay, so let's mess around with some shade, shall we? So the blue, I want to be a little bit reflective, a little bit of refraction. Give it some gloss. Do not need it to illuminate. Do not need subsurface, and everything else should be just fine. The black, I do want it to be a little bit, also a little reflective, just a tad. Little on the refract, and no, not really. Just barely. And the white, however, I do want it to actually be quite reflective because I think that would add to our scene a lot. So there's our white. I believe the white is actually to something else. So we're doing this one. There we go. White's going to be reflective, and it's going to bring a little bit of refraction, and there's going to be a lot of distortion. So there is that. Let's change up our environment. I've got some, I have the basic video copilot package here. Backlight 4K. Let's do one of these studio meshes. This one right there. Hit OK. Hit OK. New camera. We'll do 50 millimeters. Okay. Mike and Gary, the San Francisco treat. All right, so let's texture this out, and then I'm going to call it quits for the night because we've been going an hour and 14 minutes, and hopefully somebody gets a kick out of this. All right, render settings, physical environment, rotate lighting, shadows, enable, subsurface scattering, ambient occlusion, enable, ray traced. Don't need to be that crazy. Not so intense, please. Let's do layer new. Let's do a light. Let's do change out the scene settings here just a little bit. We're going to make all these things reflect is basically what I'm going to do because I don't like what they're doing so far. All right, so I want them all to be able to do what's called rendering self. So back faces, glow, matte, reflection, matte shadow. Nope. Gotta remember how to do this. Pull that just out right there. So basically, nope. 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 Pull that down just a smidgen so everything past this line gets reflected through there. Render self. All right, let's try that. It's a little bit on the darker side. I don't want to do parallel. I don't like that layer. New light. We'll do point. I love 3D. Always have. It's always been kind of my thing. Do that. And then maybe we'll do layer new. We'll go back into this guy. Scene setup. So we're creating a scene is basically what we're doing. Creating a scene. And on this one, what we're going to do is we are going to, and I don't believe I set it up this way, but I'm going to try to work on it in a way that allows me to get this maybe. There we go. Rotate. Make big. I sure wish I could see this thing. There it is. Oh, it's because it's on its back face. Right. Draw back faces. All right, Mr. Plane, we're going to go draw back faces. That's because I did this, so we'll do this. All right, plane, make big. Plane made big. Move over, pull this back, and we're going to push this onto the surface here. We'll do that. All right, that worked. Add that to it, and maybe. So now, if we go up and we do some weird things like this, it works. A lot of pain for little gain. Kidding. So things I like to do are like logo reveal. So I'm going to make this look real fun. So I'm going to push this up. Drag this corner out here like this, and then we're going to, I love depth of field. Oh, I love depth of field. Where are you? Turn you on. I'm going to turn that depth of field so on, I swear. 100 pixels. Fast rectangular. I'm going to do octagon, focus distance, and we are just going to pull this depth of field down. And hopefully it'll be able to work. It's probably getting further and further away. So let's do this. Let's push this in some more. Let's do this. Might be a little easier. Dear Lord, I need a new graphics card. This is way too slow. Too slow. Come on. Come on. There it is. There, that a boy. All right. We got depth of field, zoom. Don't need that. Aperture. Let's do 200. 200 full. And it just gives this really nice, crispy, like, you know, like it's really being seen through a lens, I think, you know. What's 300 look like? I'm kind of wondering why there's so little being up this close. It's probably because it's so huge. All right. But that's kind of what we got. That looks pretty nice. Anyway, guys, girls, thank you so much for watching this stream. We've created a logo in Cinema 4D out of Adobe Illustrator and brought it into After Effects with Element 3D, and we've got some basic settings set up to make this really cool little flashy Mike and Gary logo. If you guys don't know about Mike and Gary, please check out the Mike and Gary channel at youtube.com/Mike and Gary. We do all sorts of fun stuff, and we try different things, like we just did the Hot Ones challenge. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, Tutorial Grid, or it's not Tutorial Grid anymore, it's just the Cherokee Turner channel. Like and subscribe. I'm trying to get my YouTube play button, and hopefully I can get it in the next couple of years to get up to that 100,000. But my goal is to get to 10,000 by the end of the year this year. So, everybody, thank you for watching, and I'll see